In this video, we look at the different calendar views and the filter options for them. In general, in almost all views, you have the option of creating new calendar entries, searching for calendar entries, printing the view or receiving a PDF of the view, as well as downloading the data in various formats via the icons here at the top. If you use an interface, you can initiate your synchronization manually here. Using the date display, you can select the desired date or move through the years, months, weeks, or days, depending on the view. Let's start with the annual view. This number tells you how many jobs or projects have already been created on that day. By clicking on it, you can open the respective job or also create a new job or project. This number tells you how many employees are needed for the job. The number in front tells you how many employees are already booked for it. For the other views, the display of the staff requirement can also be extended under My Account Settings. This means that you can also see the number of employees who have been requested and entered. This makes sense, for example, if employees are allowed to offer themselves for jobs and you want to keep a better overview. In the monthly view, you can see the titles of the individual jobs or projects directly and receive further information when you move the mouse over the job. You can also switch off this mouse overview via Customize Month View. Click on the job to open it and, depending on access rights, you can also edit it. You can create new jobs by clicking on the desired date, projects via the plus sign. The filters that you find in all calendar views also provide a better overview. For example, depending on how you work with the 3 levels in CrewBrain, it makes sense to display only main jobs and sub-jobs, or only sub-jobs and solo jobs. Because, as you know, you cannot book employees into projects in CrewBrain, and therefore projects are rather uninteresting at this point. In addition to the other filters here, Filter Calendar can be used to filter for further job or project details, and All Types can be used to filter for individual job or project types. All filters entered can be saved so that they can be quickly called up again and again. And under My Account, Favorite Filters, they can also be shared with other employees, user groups, departments, or all. This way, the relevant staff members can work with the same filters. You can see that a filter is active by the dark font color. If you want to cancel a filter favorite, simply click on it or click here on Reset Filter. Let's move on to the weekly view. Here you can see even more information about the individual jobs at a glance. You can choose which information is displayed there yourself via Customize Week View. Here, too, you can move the mouse over the job for more information or open and edit it by clicking on it. You create new jobs as usual by clicking on the date, projects via the plus sign. The bar view can be displayed from different views, which can additionally be extended to the week or the month. Here we see the bar view from the staff view, for example. In the day view, we see here which staff member is in which job from when to when. If you move the mouse over the job, you get more information about it, and by clicking on it, you can open it again. As already mentioned, this view can be extended to the week or the month. In the case of staff, we also see for each employee how many bookings there are in this period and how many hours he or she has already worked. In the time recording view, for example, you can see the employees' working times and, with the appropriate rights, approve or reject them if they are red, and manually change green entries. In the bar view, as well as in the planning view and the overviews, there are further filters. You can filter by staff details, and, if you display the vehicles, also by vehicle details. This makes it possible, for example, to filter by individual departments or individual employees. The planning view is the only view in which employees can be booked, requested, or set to available directly. It is therefore very practical, for example, when employees are absent at short notice, because you can see directly which employees in which job or who is still available for the job. For a better overview, the axis can also be swept. But be careful, this is our view for advanced users, because you have to know how to handle the 3 levels in CrewBrain or where the stuff is entered. Is the stuff in the main job or perhaps in the subjob? In order not to accidentally enter the stuff in the wrong level, you can again work with filters. Let's move on to the overviews. First of all, we have the availability overview. Everyone who is not registered in a job, for example, everyone who is grey or white here, is available. Everything colored indicates a job. The number indicates the number of jobs. The color, as explained in the legend below, indicates the status of the job. Green means booked, yellow means that someone has been requested or entered, blue means that someone has offered himself or herself for a job, and red means that someone has rejected a job. By clicking once on a colored field, the jobs are displayed with the corresponding status. By clicking again, they can be opened. If you click on a gray or white field, you can, with the appropriate rights, enter times off for employees and availabilities for freelancers. These are also displayed here. In addition, we see here above any holidays or public holidays, here how many jobs have been created per day, and here the staffing needs. For each employee, you have an overview of how many jobs he or she has already been booked for in this period, and how many hours have already been worked. In the job overview, you can see which jobs are still open, these are the red ones here, or for which the planning has already been finished. These are all the green ones. Here too, you can open the jobs by clicking on them. The grid view provides an overview of all resources and their daily jobs with the respective start and end times. These times are based either on the time stored in the job or on the employee's target times. The view is endless, so that it is possible to scroll into the future as desired. In the overview of the time recording, we can see who has worked more, here in green, or who has worked less, here in red, than the planned working time given. At the end of the list, you will also find the respective flexi-time hours and a short overview of the vacation days. Then we come to the time off overview. Here you can see the different time off and absence categories of the employees. In the legend, you can see exactly which categories are involved. You can create your own time off categories in CrewBrain under Administration, Time Off and Absence, Categories. For example, categories such as Home Office or Not Available can be created and are then visible here. When creating new holiday or absent categories, please only pay attention to the correct time account. Here below, you can also switch from the categories to the status so that you can see which time off requests have been submitted, approved, or rejected. With the appropriate rights, entries can be edited here, or time off can be stored for other employees. The print view at the end of the list gives you a yearly overview of all holidays, absences, or sickness notifications of an employee.